Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Hello everyone, I am Badruddin and this is Unpopular Opinions. As an English teacher from Algeria, I often find myself questioning many of the things we take for granted about language, education, and even everyday life. In this podcast, I'll be sharing thoughts and ideas that go against the grain. Hey, to go against the grain simply means to think differently. Some of these ideas you might agree with, others you might not. This is perfectly okay because the aim is not only to spark reflection and discussion, but also to give you a chance to practice your listening skills in English in a natural and engaging way. So, whether you're here to improve your English or simply to see things from a different perspective, you are in the right place. By the way, if you can understand what I'm saying, then this is great. And if you don't understand what I'm saying, try to listen to this more than once or just look at the subtitles. So, what I have here is one of the greatest works of someone called Epictetus. Epictetus is one of the most important philosophers that the world has ever seen. Epictetus' Enchiridion is a philosophical handbook consisting of wisdoms, stories, symbols, thoughts, and pieces of advice, representing the core principles of Stoic philosophy, the art of mastering oneself and accepting life as it is to reach one's serenity. Epictetus begins his philosophy handbook by differentiating between what we control as opinions, aims, desires, and aversions, and what is not under our control, as in body, property, reputation, and public office. Then talks about the nature of the two categories, describing what is under our control by being independent, unrestricted, and our own. Then describing what is not within our control by being restricted, weak, and belongs to others. That is to say, if you want to reach inner peace and be happy, then you should not correlate your happiness with what's not under your control, like reputation, money, and possession, because these things don't belong to you and might be restored by He who gave it to you at any time. The core concept of this handbook revolves around the aforementioned. Throughout the different stories, symbols, thoughts, and pieces of advice, Epictetus sees happiness in letting than possessing, and one should train themselves to learn how to not hurt themselves by correlating phenomena of existence with images of terror, grief, and tragedy. He gave many examples treating this idea as in the example of being terrified by death. He said, death itself is no scary thing. What we assume and think about death is what terrifies us. It is that we related our happiness with, like family, friends, and relationship. Epictetus said having anything should make you feel that what you have is temporary and it is likely to be back from the same place they came from. So you should enjoy and appreciate the things you have while you have them. In conclusion, the book teaches a timeless wisdom that true happiness lies within our inner selves rather than external phenomena of experience. One should learn how to not hurt themselves because only you can hurt you. This was a summary to the philosophy of Epictetus. Epictetus is trying to say that if you want to be happy, then you should always relate your happiness to the things you can control. This seems like an easy and a simple idea, but if you think of it, you would realize that it's so deep. You know, relating your happiness to the things you can control means if you have a son and your son dies, you should be grateful rather than sad. Why? Because your happiness is not related to him due to the fact that he is one of the things that are not under your control. Actually, according to Epictetus, you should be grateful for the time you two spent together. You should understand the fact that he who gave it to you in the first place wanted to take it back. Looking at life from this perspective is quite odd or hard because we have this strong relationship between what we control and what is not under our control. I myself couldn't do it even though I am truly convinced. I guess reaching true happiness is very hard. Tell me what you think.